Hey everyone, this is Kit with Harlan's Media. We're filming on location in Wisconsin. We're joined here today with Jessycah Andersen. She's one of the co-founders for the Gaia Coalition that's protesting the Foxconn construction. Jessycah, thank you so much for joining Harlan's Media.
Of course.
So essentially, let's talk about the economic and environmental impacts that Foxconn will do to the state of Wisconsin. Let's start with environment. What are some of the concerns that Foxconn may not follow through with the regulations and environmental protections for the Great Lakes or wetlands in Wisconsin?
Sure. Yeah, so one thing I was greatly concerned about when I first heard about this project is the fact that they just got a wave on having to put in an environmental impact statement. So we are really unsure of what any of their impacts will be, besides the ones that are kind of more obvious, such as how much water they're going to be drawing from the Great Lakes, or how much the city of Racine is diverting for them, which is 7 million gallons per day. And even though they came out with new kind of announcement that they have technology to make sure they have all that water recycled, it's kind of concerning that they came out with that information later down the road after already applying for the water diversion. Additionally, they'll be removing about 26 acres of wetlands. And what concerns me about that is that you cannot remake and recreate wetlands. They are, natural ecosystems that man can just not recreate. So that's one thing that really concerns me as well, and the amount of land that they're going to be taking up, not only with this project, but as they expand and as they create other factories and other just buildings that they need for this whole manufacturing process and business. So.
Now, as it stands right now, Foxconn is getting a huge financial incentive from the state of Wisconsin, and in turn, they're offering 13,000 jobs to the people in Mount Pleasant, Racine, and all the other outlying areas. What else are they offering in regards to help out the working class families here? Are they going to follow through with the 13,000 jobs?
That's something that I've been questioning all along because, they've only really promised 3,000 jobs at the moment and said that they were going to, try to get to 13,000 in the future as they expand. My issue is, what kind of jobs are these going to be, and what kind of workforce do we need for that, and who do we have available for that in Wisconsin? Concerns have been that the jobs will be more so for people who have degrees in science and math and engineering and stuff like that. So because a lot of the just actual hands-on down the line jobs will be replaced by IT and robotic technology, and they've already stated that. So it's not going to be a job. There's not going to be jobs for just an everyday person who is looking for employment, who might not have experience in the technology that they are trying to create here, and especially since Racine has a pretty high unemployment rate for the state. It concerns me because I just don't know how many of those people are going to be qualified for the kinds of jobs that Foxconn is creating. And then also, of course, just what is the quality of jobs going to be when their reputation for work conditions in other countries are so low, and how are they going to really change that sort of practice just because they're in America and they have new rules to follow.
And in regards to the Gaia Coalition, what is your organization trying to do in regards to build a large coalition to protest and make sure that at least some guidelines are followed through?
Yeah, so this coalition from the start has just been kind of an effort to get people working together instead of in silo organizations. From the beginning, I'm also part of a student org at University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point, where I go to school, and 350 Stevens Point, and it just is even hard to start to work with some of the social orgs that are in my school and just around the state, and kind of highlighting that everything that kind of happens to us in our state is all intertwined. Every issue, affects each other. If there's a political issue, it most likely affects the environment, most likely affects the people. So everything is intertwined, and we're just trying to get people to see that and work together instead of focusing on just one issue at a time, which we don't seem to be really making much progress doing. So.
And final question, where can we learn more about your organization? Where can we find you guys on social media?
Yeah, so we have a Facebook page, Gaia Coalition Network, and we also have WordPress, or it might be some sort of blog, just Gaia Coalition Network. You can search it on Google and find us right away. And we kind of have our vision on there and some things that we have created so that people kind of start to understand what we're all about. But this is a coalition building process, and we want not just our visions to be it all. We want, as people join on, we want to be able to change that and be flexible with that and hear other people's opinions and values and how they want to shape connections with each other. So I think we have a good vision of what we want it to be right now, but I mean, it's open to change, and I think that's the most important of it. So
that's a very good note to end it on. Thank you so much for joining Hard Lens Media. This is Kid, everyone. Peace.
You're watching Hard Lens Media.